Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today I'm bringing you a game that I had in the Tier 10 British heavy cruiser, the Goliath. I am still running the anti-concealment kind of meme build on the Goliath, and the Goliath right now I think is in a very strong position, especially with the anti-concealment build, because the Goliath has 12 lovely British guns with British HE, which gives it amazing, well, everything, because it's British HE. Any one of us who has been on the receiving end of a British battleship, anything from Thunderer to Conqueror, knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's got great alpha, great chance of starting a fire, and it seems to have this ability just to rip just about everything off of your ship in a few salvos. There's a video somewhere on this channel where I literally eat one salvo from a Conqueror in, ironically, Conqueror, and I lose literally all of my AA. I get the notification that all of your medium and a small caliber AA has been destroyed in one salvo. That sums it up pretty darn good. So on top of that, the Goliath gets torpedoes, gets decent-ish armor. It's a British cruiser. It's squishy. It sits up incredibly high out of the waterline. I mean, look at that freeboard. Compare that to Petropavlos, which is only 1 or 2 meters away from becoming a submarine, and yeah, this ship does eat damage. However, it does get the British super heal. You can easily reprint, depending on what type of damage you get, anywhere from easily 2/3 to half of the ship's damage, just depending upon, if it's HE damage, flooding damage, AP damage, all that jazz. So I am running the anti-concealment build, which means my concealment range is, well, only 1.1 kilometer away from my main battery firing range. The idea behind this is that with the new commander skills, you take heavy sap and HE with the British HE. That, of course, increases the amount of damage you do with your HE shells, which is already a lot, so making that even more. And speaking of HE, the Shikishima is shooting HE at me. Look at that. That was a sight to behold. So you do more damage through that. You take the super heavy AP too, so you get more damage out of your AP, and you take the Fearless Brawler skill, which gives you a 10% boost to your reload time if something is detected in your main battery firing, is detected in your concealment range, not your main battery firing range. It is like 11 o'clock at night, and I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. If I flub some stuff in this video, I apologize. It's been a long day, and this is after stream too, on Friday night. Anyway, so yeah, the idea is get your detection range out to as far as it can be to get your best possible DPM. Which right now, with all this stacked on the Goliath, if something's in my detection range, is a solid 14 seconds right now. And of course I have Adrenaline Rush on here too, so that will get lower as this match goes on. Also to note, in this video, I was in a Discord call at this time, so for the first half of this video, I wasn't really paying full attention to the game, and you'll notice the part at which I kind of do the gamer sweaty lean forward. It's time to really pay attention now. So thankfully right there, because of the excellent British HE you just saw, I think I broke the engine, a torp tube, and some of the AA off the Shimakaze, and took away 10k of his health in 2 salvos. But unfortunately for me, there's a Minotaur in that smoke over there, and I can't see him. He could see me there for a moment. This is, of course, the downside of the anti-concealment build. Well, it is the anti-concealment build, so you're spotted all the time. Now, I do also have double rudder on my Goliath, too, so that kind of helps out with that and staying always on the move and trying to maneuver and dodge shells. And the Goliath is pretty good at that, and plus you have that super heal to back you up if you take too many hits. It's a lot more forgiving than most other Tier 10 cruisers if you try the anti-concealment build on it. Another good cruiser to do this with is the Hindenburg. Hindenburg has I think a 6 or a 5 second reload time if you do this build on it and the skill is active. So yeah, that's quite frightening there. But anyway, back to this match. So, there's the Minotaur just spotted. I was looking forward there at where the Shimakazes were last spotted, anticipating some torpedoes, and there goes some right there. So right now, I'm just waiting to see something to shoot at that's in my range. Trying to keep my eyes trained on that Minotaur. Trying to see if he's going to pop up. See if when those torpedoes nicks him, then I can throw some shells where when those torpedoes hit. And there's the Shikishima. I'm keeping my eye on him. I'll just keep a bow pointed in his direction. That way he has the smallest area of my ship to shoot at. So again, still trying to see if that Minotaur gets hit by a torpedo. Checking on the Shikishima. He has fired at me, so I start to turn into his shells to avoid getting blapped. And I bounce one of the Shikishima shells with Goliath. Now, granted, he did, of course, hit the belt armor, and I'm so steeply angled that nothing's going to pin at that angle. But I just thought that was funny, freaking Goliath bouncing Shikishima shells. Speaking of torpedoes, there they are from one of the Shimikazes. And, oh, there's one of the Shimikazes there, too. So, using the free look, I keep my eyes on the torpedoes while my turrets traverse to get shots on that Shimikaze. And let the front two guns go, front two turrets go there. Easily dodge those torpedoes. There's that Shimikaze's full set of torpedoes. You see the Holland and our friendly Shimikaze there are getting on him as well. So I turn into these Shimikaze torpedoes. This is a bit of a dilemma for me here. So there's that, the Shikishima there. There's these torpedoes. These torpedoes are still a long way off. So the Shikishima, God, is going to probably be able to get another salvo off of me here quite soon. So you can see I don't even wait to fully get past the torpedo. I'm like, alright, I'm not going to hit that. I turn, cut it really close there to get my stern, face toward the Shikishima. Slow down there. He did call my acceleration juke, but he didn't call my turning juke, so barely gets away with that. So I barely get away with that. I'll tell you what, though. They renamed the Shikishima from the... I forgot what it was before, but it was something too close to another ship's name, and they're like, oh, we're going to rename it the Shikishima now, because there's no way I could possibly get that confused with the Shimikaze. Like, God, I barely have... I really can't talk tonight, y'all. I can barely get words out normally, as you're hearing right now, and they do that to me. So right now, again... that Shimikaze is keeping me spotted, and the Minotaur is just chipping away at my health there with his lovely Minotaur AP. So again, I'm just waiting for him to get spotted, but he's sitting in the smoke. Take a look at him there. Can't really tell where he's at. And I'm like, alright, well, I'm just going to dip out of here. There's the Shikishima gun sounds. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I normally turn these, ooh, ouch. Bye, Montana. I normally turn these videos down so you guys can actually hear me talk. But one good thing about the Shikishima is that it has those awesome gun sound effects, so you can tell when it's shooting at you because you will hear it first. Whew. Again, I'm losing my ability to talk, y'all. It's late at night. Apologize about that. So right now I'm in this really awkward position where I can't see anything, but thankfully right now I'm not spotted. So I'm trying to get closer to this Minotaur so when his smoke runs out, I can get gunning him down. And if you notice on the mini-map, the Thunder and the Curve First are both leaving this area, which is a good call for them. Because, as you'll see here in a moment, this area turned out to be quite hot. So I'm detected yet again, and it's probably the Shimikaze. Oh, there it is. And since I had been sailing in a straight line, like I shouldn't have been doing, I'm going to eat a torpedo here for that. Thankfully, there's only one, and I eat it right there. But again, got that lovely... Goliath heal to take me out of that. Before I can even get that going, Shimikaze pops up, and the other Shimikaze pops up too, so I get my front two turrets off on the Shimikaze. He disappears. I get my rear turrets off on the Minotaur, but the Minotaur gets our Shimikaze, unfortunately. So now I'm over here without a DD, at least I thought when I was playing this live, and I just popped my heal there. But if you look in the upper left-hand corner of the minimap, the Holland is absolutely slamming himself into the border to try and squeeze by that Shikishima sneakishly. And keep an eye on that Holland. He does some work. So, I'm running away now because the Venezia, the Minotaur, the Yami were all shooting at me there from... Well, then they are continuing to shoot at me because I'm still spotted because of this Shimikaze who spotted me. There comes the sap from the Venezia. And that stuff hurts cruisers, especially the British cruisers. Because there's not a lot of the British cruisers they cannot just pin the crap out of with that sap. So I'm turning, trying to throw off these Minotaur shells. It works, thankfully. So now it's a really awkward position because I'm out here by myself. My detection range is my firing range pretty much. And that Shimikaze is still spotting me. And I'm up to 2.6 million potential damage in like 10 minutes. That's normally where a lot of Battleship players end a match. And we're already up to 2.6 halfway through this cruiser gameplay. Managed to stick the Venezia there on the bow a little bit with the HE, not for too much. She slowed down like a smart player. So out on the East, it's not going a lot better. The East is their heavy push. They got the GK, Thunder, Des Moines, Yoshino, another Thunder out there on the East. And we don't. We have a Thunder, a Salem, and a Marceau, who's apparently not doing anything this match. Here's some more Shimakaze torpedoes. Thankfully, I have plenty of room to dodge these, especially with the double rudder. There we go. We have a Plymouth on our team, too. That's a ship you don't really see too much. That's a Tier 10 Belfast that nobody bought. I thought everyone was going to jump on it when it came out, but not a lot of people did. I guess FDR kind of overshone it, or it's not that good. I don't know. Haven't played it yet. So, yet again, I'm in a situation where I can't shoot, but I am spotted. Again, this is the downside of playing the anti-concealment build. Especially on... Ooh, there's that Minotaur. Especially on the Goliath, who doesn't have the best base gun range if you don't take the mod. So, there's that. And, Minotaur gets a couple of salvos off of me. First one connects, second one doesn't. I actually popped that heal too early. Look at that. 5 seconds of heal I wasted. That hurts seeing it in the replay. So, if you look at the scoreboard, we're a solid almost 400 points behind at this point. We are 3 ships down. They only have 1 ship down. Most players would probably call this a blowout match and sit in the back and just start sniping at this point. Well, first off, I can't sit in the back because I'm in a Goliath. And we managed to snag another kill there. The Thunderer, well, really the Holland back there did most of the heavy lifting, and the Thunderer just managed to burn that Shikishima in the back. So that Holland just pretty much took out that Shikishima by himself. So now, yet again, I am spotted and not able to see what is spotting me, and there goes our Marceau, and there goes our Thunderer. We are now 5 ships down to the enemy's 2 ships down. We are over 400 points behind. This looks like a blowout match, don't it, boys? So knowing that I was just spotted for a brief moment, and I didn't see what's spotting me, I know there's torpedoes on the way, so I do a little zig to throw off the Shimakaze's torps. Because most of the time when it's a Shimakaze hunting you down, if you just move a little bit, you throw off their torps by a tremendous bit, especially if they've already launched them. Do another little zig there because I'm spotted. I'm waiting for the shots to come in from that Thunder and that Yami. So I turn out, turn in a little bit, start to slow down there to mess with their aim, but here come the Shimakaze torpedoes, and thankfully, because I did maneuver, that little bit saved me there. So now I'm like, alright, well, I gotta get close to do something. So let's start getting close. So there's a Yami that's very low health there. There we go. We get a Yoshino. It's a good pickup for us on the eastern flank. And now we are only 362 points behind instead of 420. So that Yami needs to die. I point that out to our team. And I'm like, okay, this GK, I can probably get in range of him before I can get in range of that Yami. Thankfully, Des Moines gets spotted there. I go to shoot him, but the Shimakaze gets spotted. I'm like, well, we need something to die, so I'm just going to throw some extra shells at the Shimakaze in case the Plymouth misses. I mean, that could have been a wasted salvo, but hey, if that Plymouth missed, my shells would have got the kill, and that's 1 dead Shimakaze, which is great for me because they've been stalking me this entire time. So I finally get to shoot at something, you know, the first time in the past like 5 minutes. It's a Des Moines, so I get 1 salvo off on him. You see here, I'm leading my shells to get a fire there. Leading my shells back a little bit because he's reversing. If you look on the mini-map, I'm keeping that little circle on the back half of his ship because he's reversing. He's a Des Moines, can't go and reverse that fast, so just that little bit will do. There's more torpedoes from the Shimakaze. Of course, I can't get away from him without that. And I did try to throttle up here. I'm like, nah, let's just keep going reverse. Be a bit easier. And sure enough, go in reverse. Tilt the rudder a little bit. And easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, so that's dealt with now for the moment. So we've got B, we've got C. We might get D here in a moment, depending upon what goes on down here. Oh no, that curve first just smacked the face in of our Salem, and now C's being capped, and here we are again, 300 points behind the enemy team. Enemy team is now under 200 points away from winning the match, which isn't terribly long when you're about to control 3 of the caps. And there goes our Salem. The enemy team is now a mere 150-ish points and change away from winning the match. But this GK is down to 12k health, so I start to throw my shells at it. And this is what's really important in battles in general, you want to secure the kill, not you secure the kill. You want to make sure that they go down as fast as possible. Doesn't matter who gets the kill in this situation. Your team just needs those points. You need those ships off the ocean. You need them dead to buy you some time. So Venezia shows broadside there. It doesn't show on the replay, but I did queue up AP for a moment. He started to turn out, went back to HE, because Goliath is definitely one of those ships where if you can't guarantee you're going to get a set off the AP, just use the HE because it's so much better because it does that. It's almost 7,000 damage there, and a fire started on the Venezia. Watching that Thunderer because I know he's going to be shooting at me. I start to turn in because of that. Venezia gets his sap out, and there's some AP from the Des Moines. That was way short. Venezia sap misses and just hits my armor belt. Thunder's not shooting at me, shooting at the Plymouth. A lot squishier target than me too, and plus I probably look like one shot for a Thunderer, which is not wrong. If he uses AP, he could pretty much ruin me in one shot here from the side. Go bowing against the Venezia because sap's good if they can get the angle on you, but if you can force the sap to hit at a sharp angle, they'll do nothing. That's the downside of sap. Oh, there's that Minotaur again, way in the back. So there's a smoke screen there. What could it possibly be? Ah, I know. Yet another Shimakaze. These dudes just freaking followed me around the whole match and threw torpedoes at me. And at the Plymouth behind me too. So I'm pretty sure that's who those torpedoes were for. So Venezia is bow out, playing with his throttle, going very slow. Trying to guess his throttle juking pattern here. Might have 52,000 damage, but we're at 3.1 million potential damage so far. Oh, and the enemy team is yet again only 150 points away from winning this match. Again, this is like the, I think, third time they've been that close in this match. Oh, there went our Thunder, so now they are 90 points away from winning. We need to make something dead, so I start focusing on getting this Venezia down, and those shells come in, and I'm still trying to get this Venezia down. So now I know that the Des Moines is in a position where he can fire on me, so he's no longer where he was when he was last spotted. He's pushed up a little bit. So now I know he's about to be right to my right. And I look, and lo and behold, there's the Des Moines. So I just queue up AP, because from this broadside, I can Citadel that Des Moines easy with the Goliath. Probably even Dev Strike him, because I've got 12 guns. Most of them Citadel, he's dead. Aim a little bit up from his waterline, let the shells rip, and drum roll please, RNG tells me to take a hike. Get one Citadel out of that, and now I'm just like, oh no! I'm broadside onto a Des Moines and a Goliath. This is not good. So I start to turn in a little bit here. Still managed to get another Citadel off of him. He starts just chunking the living crap out of me. But thankfully, Dodge Viper there in the GK's got my back and takes out the Des Moines, and the friendly Holland, the frickin' legend who's been tearing it up in the back, gets the Venezia, but unfortunately has to get put down by the Thunderer. So now we have a 4-3 ship lead. They have 890 points, yet again within about 100 points of winning. What's new? And there's the Thunderer. So even if we get the C cap and the D cap, we still need to get the A cap. The Kurfürst is close enough to where if he just guns it to the D cap, he can get it. And I'm capping the C cap right now. And I'm just trying to stay unspotted. So that's why I turn around here, because I got to keep this island between me and the Thunderer. I don't have good concealment because of my build. So I'm keeping this island between me and the Thunderer. And I'm looking at the point timer, and I'm like, you know, GK will get on the cap, but we don't have enough time to send, well, the closest ship to A is Thunderer or me and Plymouth, but there's a Thunderer in between me and Plymouth and the A cap. So I'm like, well, I guess somebody's going to kill the Thunderer. And I'm the closest one, so I guess somebody's going to be me with my 21,000 health Goliath. So we turn around. We're detected. And again, he's outspotting me because, you know, battleships outspot cruisers now. Welcome to World of Warships 2021. Ah, there he is. There's the Thunderer with AP loaded like he should. Thankfully overpins my bow there for 1,490 damage. I return the favor with some HE, set a fire on him, the irony, take out one of his AA mounts. So I also know, like, if he gets me in my nose with AP, I'm going to die. So I got my finger on the T key, waiting for him to fire. Just just to pop my dry dock and just start rebooting my shit before your shells connect. Pop it there. Whoo! Gets me down to like 10,000 health. So thankfully, probably by the time he has his next salvo ready, my heal might still be going. So I still have that going for me. As you can see, I wasted a solid 9 seconds of that heal. But I mean, desperate times, desperate measures. Checking my torpedoes to make sure they haven't been knocked out in all the chaos. So I'm putting some AP into his side there. Only get 1 pin there. Get the torpedoes ready to go. Launch them off of my ship. Try to outrun his turrets. Dodge most of his shots there. There's only like 1 or 2 shells that connected there. Get some AP in his broadside to secure the kill. Get the kill. And then get trolled by the timer. All of that worked. And we ran out of time. But boy, was it fun. And guys, no matter how bad it gets, never stop fighting. Because you can still get outcomes like that. And that's my thing with this game. I don't care too much about winning or losing. I care about having a good match. And that match, I made plenty of mistakes in the first half. It didn't look like it was going to be a good match, but the team got it together. We had some excellent players on our team. The freaking Ninja Holland that was just murdering them from the back. Probably couldn't even gotten as far as we did without that man doing what he did. And then the GK being there to eliminate the Des Moines and go for the cap when we needed him to. And of course well, there's several other players in that team that did very well. I comped like half the team at the end of the match. So the Plymouth providing us the smoke screen and the radar to kill the Shimakaze. The Shimakaze that did do his job and spot for until he died. So yeah, guys, always fight, keep fighting, don't give up. Stuff can happen. And sure, you may not win, but you can get a good game like this. Anyway guys, just thought I'd share that match with you guys. Pretty sure some of you guys will get some enjoyment out of that. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way now to 25,000 subs. Just past 23,000 not that long ago. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.